Cheers here from Mark's Saloon. Let me just have a little fortification before we start. This is one of our green Marys here. We have one every night. There's another video that shows how to make green juice. You'll learn how to make the green Mary in that video. Highly recommended. Very good for your entire self. So it's Wednesday night, and we're gonna make some little lamb with a Greek salad tonight. The Greek salad is in a separate video, so you can see, look that up separately. This here is just a little segment about the lamb. We have a piece of grass-fed lamb here, which in this case is from New Zealand, because it's hard to find grass-fed American lamb when you're in New York City. You have to actually find a farmer that sells the stuff. Not even Whole Foods can come up with American grass-fed lamb, which is kind of sad. But it's very sad, actually. Anyway, so we're going to cook this piece. And what we'll do first is introduce you to this cast iron pan, in case you're not familiar with one. We have a cast iron pan, and then we have stainless steel pan in this house. And for a lamb job, the cast iron is perfect. Anything that's a little bit greasy, hamburgers, eggs, things like that, they're perfect on a cast iron pan. The stainless steel is better for sautés and things like that. Maybe a little more watery vegetables and stuff, because you kind of want to keep the conditioning of the pan, and you do that by keeping the oil on it all the time. And so slightly greasier dishes are better for the cast iron pan. So that's what we'll use today. So let me turn this thing on. There we go. Get this over here, and I'm just going to grab something for the handle, because this is made of exactly the same iron as this, and it gets miserably hot. And you don't need to make the same mistake twice of touching it when it's hot. So I'm just going to use what I've learned the hard way, and make sure that every time I turn the pan on, I also put something on the handle. That way, never make a mistake. And then we'll take this piece of lamb here and stick it on. You don't need grease on a pan like this. When you have a little grease on the meat itself, I mean, it's got a little bit on the bottom here. It takes care of itself. That's the beauty of a pan like this. And then this helps recondition the pan again. So, quite simple. And then what we'll do is we're just going to basically seal it by cooking it at the bottom. Once we have sealed it, we'll flip it, and then we'll salt each side once it's been sealed, because you don't want to salt meat before it's been sealed, because it can help draw moisture out from the meat and you get a drier piece of meat. So don't salt anything until it's already hit the pan and browned a little. But this we can put on right now. This is a little rosemary, just a little organic rosemary. You can buy it fresh and dry your own. Just hang it up on a string on the shelf and let it hang there till it's dry. And that's really all you need to make a really nice, nicely flavored piece of lamb. So we're going to turn the camera off for now and let this sit and do its thing for a little bit, and then we'll flip it, and then we'll put salt on it, and then we'll get back in touch with you. Okay, so we just flipped it. Just going to press it down a little bit to flatten it out for even cooking. There we go. And then we'll put some salt on here. And again, don't be afraid of salt, folks, unless you have like some serious heart condition that's causing you to retain water in a real bad way, provided you already have a very good diet. Salt really isn't your biggest problem. You need salt to alkalize your body. You need salt to replenish. Your whole body needs these minerals to function. And our diets, the way they are, unless they're pretty perfect, will tend to drain all this stuff out of leach it out of your body and into your bloodstream to neutralize all the acid that you eat on a daily basis. So many acid-forming foods cause our bodies to be too acidic, and minerals get leached right out with that process. So you actually want to alkalize your food supply. You want to eat more vegetables to keep your body more in balance, and you also want to eat some salt to help that replenishment occur. So salt isn't bad for you. It really isn't. But we should mention that it's not just table salt we have here. This is actually, it's a mineral salt, and I don't care about the rest of it, but it's a mineral salt, and it's a complete salt. It's like a sea salt that's complete. It's not been, mined for stuff, and your table salt basically has nothing in it. It's just, everything's gone. This has all the minerals left in it, so you get a complete picture of what you would get if you were to dry sea salt, and get it from nature, which people used to eat that kind of salt, and that's what you want, because you need all these trace minerals. So let's see, want to flip it? cameraman is the meat meister around here, so I'm learning a bit as I work today. Press it down again. And of course it depends what kind of meat you're using. You can get lamb shoulder, you can get chops. We tend to go for leg of lamb, but this is like, well, it's boneless leg of lamb. And then we cut pieces ourselves and pop them in the freezer. And you can get butterfly leg of lamb as well. It's just, you want pieces that aren't, this is a pretty thick piece. A lot of pieces aren't quite this thick, so you just have to sort of figure it out. But when there's a sale on grass-fed boneless leg of lamb, just buy a few pounds of it and pop it in the freezer. Put a little salt on this side and then we'll just let it do its thing. There we go. So we'll check back in with you when it's finished. Final results. Just want to show you what it looks like when we get it all put together. In this house we kind of treat meat as a condiment size, so we would actually share this piece between the cameraman and myself. But if you're more of a meat eater, of course you can enjoy the whole piece to yourself. We would tend to eat this much salad per person, if not twice that, and then a small piece of meat. So that's kind of the balance around here. But of course, for demonstration purposes, it looks nicer this way, so we'll show it there. And of course, next to a big fat green Mary like that, between this and 2 portions like that, you're getting a pretty good shot of greens. So a little token piece of meat and you're pretty much, you're in the right place as far as your balance for alkaline and acid forming foods. So that's just another example of what you can do on a simple Wednesday night to feed yourself without having to succumb to a fast food or restaurant food that is probably pretty full of GMOs, to be honest with you. So just think about that. Anyway, we'll sign up from here. Mark Saloon.